scared. I was almost scared that I was wearing the same outfit as the last time we met a year ago in the same place outside the Pacha restaurant.
That's right.
As you're getting geared up for your gig.
That's right.
At Release Yourself.
Every
last
Monday
year,
night.
2007, this year 2008. So what's different, Roger Sanchez?
This year, I got married, which is very, and I brought my family over, so I've got the kids and the wife over, which is real different for them, but they're enjoying it.
Right, because the last time I saw you just had a baby.
Yeah, just had a little girl.
So that's all going good.
And so that's been really fantastic. Working on my next artist album. I've just got a brand new single I've done with DJ Oliver, who's my guest DJ tonight, funny enough, and the vocalist La India. So I've just done a brand new song called I Can't Live Without Music. That's coming out probably around September time. And also working on the next couple of singles from my upcoming album. Probably doing something with Seal, maybe with Boy George, so we'll see. Been playing out the track I did with La India, which has been doing fantastic. I did a track with a vocalist called Terry B, called Bang That Box, which will be probably my first single off of my new upcoming album, and a lot of stuff on my label Stealth. Those labels doing really, really well. We've got a lot of really hot artists and remixers. They've been doing some fantastic work, so it's good.
How do you keep going? Because, you know, with another year under your belt and we're almost midway into the season, how do you keep it fresh? How do you keep people wanting to come back?
You know, the thing for me is that I love what I do and I pay attention to the crowd, and I think keeping the music fresh, keeping the vibe, you know, different every year, trying out new ideas, new artists, you know, it's really something that's important for me to really get new talent in. And you know, that I think keeps it fresh. And then I'm always on a new musical tip every year, try to do something a little bit different.
So what's your tip this year? What are you into this year?
This year, definitely a little bit more electronic, but also still sexy, still funky. A lot of big vocals, a little bit of tribal beats coming back, but with really big driving bass lines and just quality.
Okay, how about a difference in Ibiza? Because it's the big talk of 2008. There's a lot of changes in Ibiza. Have you noticed anything for yourself?
I tell you what, it's interesting. They've definitely cut the times back in the club. Like everybody has to shut at 6. We've been actually able to keep it open a little bit more than that. So, you know, I think it's just one of those transition years where people have to get used to a new, different, you know, time for coming out, and it's just people start getting used to it. And you know, everybody's talking about, oh, there are less people on the island. We seem to be doing fantastic though, so I can't complain.
And it's interesting, you know, all the young DJs that I come into contact with that come to the island hoping to make it, you're always one of the first on their list that they come to see as one of the heroes.
You know, it's good to get the love that I do from so many different people. I think it's because I still give 100%. I don't lay back. I don't, you know, take anything for granted. This is out of love for me, so I make sure I give 100% with each gig, and that's the only way I can do it.
And it's fascinating as well with these young kids, you know, like, you've been in the game so long, and I just wonder how you keep up with things, not just the music, but the technology's moving so fast.
It's a full-time job. It's a full-time job. I mean, the thing with me is I'm always very technologically oriented, and I've always been trying to keep on top of and ahead of the game, seeing what else is new. You have to dedicate the time to it. A lot of people seem to not spend the amount of time they do researching and getting new tunes. I'm always, every single day, downloading tons of new tracks that people send me. Working on new tracks, listening to who's doing new stuff out there, bringing new DJs and producers through the label Stealth, and really making an effort to try to stay on what's going on. And it's a full job. But it's what I do.
And who are you listening to? You know, when you're downloading tunes, who catches your eye and your ear?
This year, I mean, Laid Back Luke is having an amazing year. Yeah, he's definitely really came into his own in the past year. Eddie Tonic has been doing some brilliant work. A lot of new guys like Adam K and Soha have been doing Bart B. Moore. A lot of the Dutch have been having it off in the past year or so. It's been amazing. You know, I've got my label based in Holland now, so it's just kind of gives you an idea of where the whole house music trend has gone. So a lot of European guys.
Also, you talked about, you know, having a real task of keeping up with the technology.
Yep.
What would you say is the bit of technology that you would have to take with you for the next 7 years in the booth at Pacha?
Well, definitely, obviously, I still play with my CDJs. I love that. Ableton is something that's been interesting for me as a production tool because I'm using it with Logic. But it's interesting mixing that with what I'm doing live and the DVJs, doing a lot of visual stuff. Really, I do try to keep it very true to my live DJ roots by using the CDJs, but mixing that with different media. So I think that's still a future for me.
Yeah, and what's the future? What is the future for a DJ? You know, you've got to have a record label now. You've got to diversify in so many ways.
It's multimedia. You've got to be able to not only make the music, not only DJ, but you've got to make the music. You've got to put on a show, do your compilations. Anybody who's getting into this game who really wants to be successful, you got to give 100%. Attack it from all angles. The thing I'll always say is do it because you love it and you love the music before anything and everything, and that will bring you to completely the next level.
And where does it stop? Are you going to be like 70 years old in the booth at Pacha?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm doing a lot of different things. I also, you know, besides writing, you know, tracks and music, I'm getting into film score and different things. So, I don't know. Maybe in the next 10 years, I may still be in here the next 10, 20 years. Who knows?